damn it, like ah, I can't do
Yeah.
it.
So hopefully, like I said, I
What's
just
that?
like to hopefully I get some more. I mean, this weekend I kind of said that I was going to put more time on the car. I was going to try to do both Saturday and Sunday. But I did get a phone call. I did get a phone call from the guy finally, and he said the truck might be done.
Oh,
So
nice. Might be done.
I hope, because man, I know it's. I get the truck back, man. It's going to take me. I don't even know. It'd take me a whole day to get the truck back together.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. What was going on with it?
well, I had a turbo. Well, first it was a turbo issue, and I had put a turbo on it, and it ran okay. It wasn't 100%, but as about a week and a half had gone by, 2 weeks, I noticed that it just really wasn't running right.
Mm-hmm.
And I had it has electronic vane controller solenoid on the side. Of course, the only way to get the electronic part is to buy a turbo. Now, I understand if you look in the aftermarket world, they do sell the electrical portion by itself, but it's something off Amazon or whatever,
Right.
and so. And I had a code that I couldn't get rid of. It was PO 045, which is that solenoid
Mm-hmm.
controller.
That's the
And
pure fuck you code.
yeah, and so eventually what happened was, of course, like I said, you talk to 15 people and you got 18 different devices. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I mean, it just you couldn't find anybody to and. So, long story short, from I could not get rid of that fault code, and eventually the truck went and defunk or derate and
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't go 5 miles an hour, and I couldn't clear it. And then they said that it needed to be flashed. And this guy that I found him because he had the software. He had software, which was another thing because I even started looking and like the software was like $3,200. It was for $280 for a cable. You had to have your own computer, your own laptop, and you had to pay $99 a month for subscription or fees.
Jesus.
Wow.
And I'm like I said, I came really close on getting this stuff, because I
Yeah.
gotta get the truck running, and this guy had the software. And actually, the crazy part, my generation or my time period, you have Isuzu Japan, you have Isuzu China, you have Isuzu North America, you have Isuzu rest of the world. So you have like four different
Banana.
platforms,
Yeah.
and so the guy said he had a couple different variations of the factory software. And I give him credit. I mean, he came down. He spent 3 hours climbing, messing around with the truck. And he clearly, the one thing I liked about the software, he went right in and it said turbo off. It turned the turbo off. And when he tried to turn it on, it kept turning it off. And he said, we're going to have to do something. We're going to have the, scanner, the ECU reflashed. And he goes, I can't do it here. We got to have the truck at the shop. And so I towed it up there, and I think he was, a little bit taken because he thought that he was going to be able to get it right away, and it just turned into a rolling
Mess. Yep.
mess.
Yeah.
And it's like everything else, it's 10 years old, 100,000 miles. And even though there's not a lot of I have tons of hours. If I count, I have to look when I get back with my hours, my hour meters to see what the truck really is mileage wise.
Yeah.
Because the truck idles all day, which is
Yeah.
absolutely with this new with the emission stuff is terrible for these trucks. The heat.
You need a decommissioned SWAT van. Yeah. No
Well,
one's black, not white. I tell you something. I was in a guy's shop. This guy did the radio install for me on my FJ. This guy does a lot of different stuff, and we were talking about scanners and how he just bought a new Autel and a launch, and we were talking about that. And I said, hey, he was talking about not needing everything. I said, do you know about the Matco scanners where you could do subscription-based stuff? He goes, no. So I was telling him all about it. I thought I had a sale going there. I thought I had a sale for you.
yeah.
I still might. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, like I said, unfortunately, one scanner doesn't cut it anyway. So,
Right.
There's always multiples.
Well, the thing with him is he's actually not a real mechanic shop. He's a radio, and it's called radio and security. He does radio installs, backup cameras, alarms, stuff like that. But he's always doing, changing, window motors. And I was with him today, and the guy calls up and said, "Yeah, I got your number from someone. I got a 2016, I think it was a Tucson or something, and my sunroof leaked. And what happened was, it leaked down to the floor, and everything got wet, and now my dash is lit up, the sunroof doesn't work, and I can't pass inspection. Can you help me out?" I said, "Boy, how much water was in there?" "Well, I vacuumed out all the water out of the carpets. I couldn't get it all." And he says, "Did you take the carpets and the seats out to get underneath?" He goes, "No, I didn't go that far." He goes, "Well, then you didn't fix the problem." Yeah. And the guy even said, there's a trough in there where all the wires run, and that's probably where the problem is. So afterwards we were talking. He says, "Yeah, obviously he's had this car to 3 or 4. He said no one else has looked at it. He's probably had it 3 or 4 places, and they took it partially apart, so he knows that much. And now he's just trying to find somebody who didn't turn him away. And he's actually going to look at it. He says, "You know what? Yeah, give me 2 weeks. I'll take a look at it and see." And he says, "I've done work like that before. It sucks. I don't like doing it. It's tough work." He says, "But it's kind of, he's one of those guys that's always up for the challenge." Yeah, so it's like, if I can get that thing working, and not that he toots his own horn or anything. He just, it's a personal thing. I said, "Man, I give you a lot of credit. That's good." So, like I said, I was surprised that he even needs a scanner in what he does, but sometimes he has to, reprogram something or.
Well, that's the only problem, and it's getting getting very difficult now if you don't have a scanner, because this new stuff, and like I said, this actually, back from 2016, there was a Chrysler product that was in a radio, it was in a body shop, and it had active braking on the car.
Right.
And the body shop that did it did not know how to, they didn't have the targets. They didn't know how to.
Right. The ADAS system.
The ADAS, they didn't know how to do it. So, it's amazing how much, it's just like me doing the playing around on the tool truck to get it running.
Right.
We can cut every corner to make it work.
Right.
Instead of just taking the extra 10 minutes to learn and fix it correctly.
How to do it right, yeah.
Right, and then we wouldn't have this problem. But it's just like back in the day of trying to undercut flat rate to make money. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Instead of just taking the 3 minutes to do it right, we'll spend 30 minutes to try to save us 10 minutes on the flat rate,
The other thing, Brian, that a lot of people, it's lost on a lot of people. This is why mechanics go to training school, to learn this stuff so that they can adequately diagnose and fix a problem on a complex system.
So
the shop guys don't have that ability. They don't have that
right. Well, again, it's, nobody, they don't want to put the investment in, but So make a long story short, the guy, the shop had gotten around the system and got in and turned it off.
Uh-huh.
They were able to turn it off, and the guy picked the car up, went down the road, crashed the car, and died.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So, it turned out that they went after Chrysler, and then of course the black box, and the Chrysler got in there and they said, well, somebody turned this off.
Yeah.
And it wasn't their fault. It was this body shop that had gotten involved.
Right.
But they, again, they didn't know where. It was over years of going down to find. So there's a company, there's a third party involved. It's Auto Off. I think it's Auto Off. That you have to register your scanner to, and it's a third party, and all they do is bookmark who was in the car last.
Yeah.
So that when they have a problem, they know who was the last person in the car, and that's why, like I said, Dodge, Chrysler was one of the first ones. Daimler Benz, Jeep. That group, and then Ford's had it for a really long time. Ford's had it probably about as long. They just haven't turned it on.
Uh-huh.
They haven't gone. Lexus, Toyota, and I think not Nissan. What's Mazda, which is Ford, and Honda. I think in 2026 and 2027, they're going to start going with that in their car. And basically, it's not going to let you do shit. You can go in there and look and see, but they're not going to let you, unless you register your scanner, they're not going to let you go in and reset or change anything. And it's just a protection. It's a third party watching. I think most applications you can have like 4 or 5 scanners register. It's a $50 a year type thing. And this all also started, it's like Ford, Chrysler. I mean, they all have it. They all have their own internet. When you plug in, Ford knows that you're plugged in to their car. They know it's got its own
Wi-Fi.
So it's just a protection because people get in there and they turn this stuff off. They don't tell anybody. They change.
Yeah.
That's.
I had something like that interesting happen to me yesterday, along that vein. Not exactly, but I, with my parts problems, 2 major companies have not returned my phone calls or emails about wanting to buy their product. So I just did a Google search. 65 GTO electric fan and shroud conversion. And those companies came up in the search, like I figured, and so did Summit and Jegs. But another company came up that's up in Buffalo, New York. It's called, what the hell's the name of them? Let me see. Let me look at the receipt. Wizard Cooling. I think I've seen a sticker somewhere to show whatever. So I said, okay, they're in New York. Let me get a phone number. I call them up. Guy answers the phone. Talking to Scott. Find out what I need. And as he's talking to me, I have the website open. I said, Scott, what's the part number? I type it in. Boom. I look at it. Like, okay, that looks like what I need. There was something else. I put the part number in. And then I was, going to make the order. And there was a thing to, put a discount code. I said, hey, Scott, what's the, he asked me for a discount code. He goes, oh, yeah, I see you put both of those in your card already. I'm like, whoa, really?
Mhm.
Like, holy shit. So he says, yeah, it's already taken off. Just put in your other information. We're good to go. I'm like, wow, that was creepy.
Yeah.
But, and I ordered it from them. So,
yeah. But yeah, like I said, it's just, and now I got a guy that I talked to today. I got a guy. He's got a scanner. He's got one of our scanners, and I said, you need to update your scanner. And he goes, well, how do you know that? And I get a list. Now I get a list. Now I get a list from the scanner saying, hey, I'm not updated.
So you're the big brother.
Yeah, so I'm falling in that big brother thing. But I told him, I said, let me guess. He's pretty laid back. He's not super hyper or wound up. I said, so let me guess. You had maybe a 2020 Chrysler in here or a Jeep, and you couldn't get in it. He said, the other day I couldn't get in. I thought it was a bad connection. I thought it was a bad OBD2 connector.
Yeah.
And I said, no, it's because the car's they're not letting you in because A, you're not registered, but also your scanner's not up to date. And, again, we've taken things to the nth degree of overcomplicating everything. Nothing is simple.
Right.
And it's hard because these guys, it's amazing. And this is what, I'll have to get off my soapbox here in a minute, but the shop owner hires a guy that wants to have, that has a scanner because he doesn't want to spend the money. He wants to reap the money. He wants to reap the rewards of that.
Yeah.
But this guy that's being paid nickels compared to what the hourly rate is, and he's got to pay $1,400 for a software update every year.
Yeah.
So, and these guys won't do it because they're like, I'm not going to do it for the guy to make money, but then he can't do his job. So then you got the guy that spends the time trying to get around the system to turn the light out.
Right.
Remember the old days of just taking the light bulb out, right? Couldn't turn the light off on the check engine light?
Right.
So
You can't do that on some Fords. I had a check engine light that was burned out, and my truck wouldn't start.
Oh, wow.
Well, I want to tell you something. I had a guy, he had called me, and I told him I really didn't have time. I mean, I'd look at his car over the weekend if he wanted me to. I just didn't have any place to put the car. And he had an older Jag, and he had put alternator after alternator after alternator after alternator on this car. Battery after battery after battery after battery. He even tried to change it because it was an older Jaguar. It was like a 72 or something, 70. Reverse polarity. Negative is ground, negative is positive, and positive is
reverse ground.
You know what I'm saying? And, he's messing with it. He's not super mechanically inclined. And I told him, I said, it's probably something like maybe your charging light's not on. When you turn the key on, do you have a battery light or a charging light? He goes, I don't know. I don't think I've ever had one. And I said, well, maybe you should look.
Yeah.
So, long story short, I didn't hear from the guy. So I go into one of my shops, and one of the old guys there, he's like, man, I had this car from hell the other day. And I was like, oh, what was it? He said it was a Jaguar. And his boss was standing there. And I said, did you put a light bulb in the dash? And the boss looked at me and said, you knew that before we even said anything? And I didn't let him know that I knew about the car, but I was like, as a guy that knows, I mean, if it was a manual, most likely if it would have, because we had this problem with the German cars, if it was a manual car, he probably never had a problem because he would have gotten the RPMs up high enough, and the alternator would have created a field, and it would have started charging.
Yeah.
When they spin up over 4,000 RPMs, they'll create a field themselves, and then it starts charging. Automatic never gets up high enough, so that it won't charge. So, but again, somebody when he bought that car, it probably had a light on the dash that wasn't turning off, and the guy said, "Oh, we'll just take the bulb out. No light, no problem."
Right.
Go start.
I swear Volkswagen had something like that.
Yep, Volkswagens. Yeah, a lot of the German cars had that light, and if it didn't go out, or that was the ground for the alternate, for the charging system.
Yeah.
My Ford pickup was I want to say it was a 99, maybe 2000 Ford F-150.
Yeah.
And that light was out and it would not start. And an old guy walked up. He goes, "Oh, check your light." Check the light, started right up.
Ryan, is that a Ford color on that Mustang?
Huh?
Is that a factory color on that Mustang?
No, that's epoxy primer. That's that. What is that stuff, Ray? It's
Sickens acrylic enamel.
Yes,
It's got a hardener in the primer.
I'm
Yeah, this
familiar
stuff
with
is-
Stickens line of paint, so
Yeah,
This is
that sickens
30
from like
years old, man. This
Yeah.
stuff is hard.
that sickens from the 80s. I had the same.
This
I did my motorcycle and my Fiat, my first Fiat, the same way.
You don't want to lick it. That's got some lead in it, baby.
I drove the
Because-
car with that stuff for a while, and actually, when it got painted, I told the story. A motorcycle fender fell off off the top of the garage and hit it. When I went back out, I saw the paint and the primer just dented in with the metal. It did not crack, didn't blister. It was phenomenal. Good stuff.
because that that two-door that I'm working on now, that's close to the factory yellow, because Mercury called it one thing and
Right.
Ford called it something else, like Wimbledon white, which was the same color for Ford. Mercury called it spring, like they had a different term for it. It's the same color.
Yeah.
I guess Mopar was guilty of that too. They when they had the crazy colors, Plymouth, Dodge, Chrysler, they all had different names.
Well, they all had their own name. Yeah. No, but all the GMs have divisions that even with the regular colors, there was a like a Night Watch Blue from Pontiac was it was a different color name in Chevy, but the same paint code. There wasn't that many different paints. People thought it was different. There was a lot of different car, but
The few people that have come by, a few of my customers that have come by and saw it, they all think that's because that's kind of a weird color, don't you think? Or color of the car. And I said, that's just the primer, dude. Don't worry. Just relax.
yeah.
So,
What color are you going to paint it?
if I ever paint it, I don't know. I'd be afraid to, but it'd be the original color, midnight metallic blue, dark metallic blue. I would.
By the way,
Huh?
I was going to say, by the way, that Mustang video I sent you had a lot of weird Mustang facts in it
Yeah.
and some cool pictures. The only problem I'm having is a lot of these videos now, they're doing them with AI, and the graphic isn't matching what they're talking about a lot of times. It's like, fuck, man, you played it already. Just put it in the right spot.
Yeah, they. Yeah, but I would paint it back to the original. I don't think I could ever see the car any other color than the original.
That's beautiful. I like it.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
Let me get a little closer. Hold on.
Yeah, it's darker than that.
Yeah, Brian's is darker. Brian's is like that Night Watch blue I was talking about. It's it's darker, more inky. I just went to look at a 66 GTO with a friend yesterday. The car is a white convertible, blue top, blue interior, and interestingly enough, it's a column shift automatic with bucket seats and no console. So they did make them because the 3-speed manual was the standard transmission on the floor with no console. Console and buckets were always extra, and the automatic was an option. And it came on the column unless you specified floor. And if you wanted it on the floor, you got the console, but you could get the bucket seats without it. So it's a rarity. In my mind, not the most desirable rarity, but the car also had very other few options. So it was kind of it probably was a fairly rare car.
did they have a Marty run on it?
No, they don't do Marty. PHS, Pontiac Historical Services.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I used GTO.
It's the equivalent of the Marty report.
What? Yeah. Well, also they don't do Marty reports, and it's got to be
67 or newer.
All right, here you go.
Newer.
It's
That's
close.
more like it. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Actually, since I got my new phone, I lost so many pictures.
I'll send you my Mac-O-Man Brian folder. I got a folder on all you guys, so don't laugh.
Oh, no.
But
I know. I
this,
gave you more pictures.
That's great to know. You got files on us all.
I
You
do.
started a file.
I do.
he
FBI.
had ways of making you talk.
But what I was going to
Yeah,
say is, like,
exactly.
I found out that this car was a repaint, and it was an older repaint. It was a lacquer repaint because it was cracking. But the car had originally been Night Watch Blue, which was that nice darker blue, and it came with the lighter blue interior and a white top. I'm like, wow, that's a nice combination. Somewhere along the line, somebody went for the white body with the blue top and the blue interior, which I also think is really nice. But either way, it would have been it's a nice looking ride. But
yeah.
All right, guys, I got to bail.
All right, Jim.
Jim.
Have a good week.
Ian,
Turn into
bud.
pumpkin. See you guys later.
all
be
right,
safe.
All right, so I'm gonna pull up a video that I took at Studio Hot Rods, and this Mustang is one of those kit bodies that somebody bought from, I think he said Korea, maybe somewhere foreign. Let me
And
pull it
what
up.
is he getting for those consoles, Lewis, that he's building?
I'm not.
He's frozen.
I was going to say who froze.
Suspense.
Oh no,
Lewis froze.
yeah,
Gotta shake him.
he'll be back.
So it was my birthday the other day.
Oh,
Happy birthday, Keith.
nice.
I like that.
Where'd you get that from?
I don't know. My brother got me stickers.
Oh,
He goes, happy birthday. And then he got me 250
coasters.
of these. No, that's what I thought, but they're
Oh.
stickers.
Oh, nice. KG's garage.
Nice.
Cool.
I don't know 250 people to give them to, though. So I don't
I
know.
You just gotta start sticking them all over the
Hey,
place.
you know
So
what
that
here?
you get a phone
Yeah.
call from the police telling you to stop
Yeah.
putting your stickers all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. I'll get comments on the YouTube channel. Stop sticking these everywhere.
Like the Biden did that.
Yeah.
Cop cars.
Yeah,
Bumps.
I did that.
Brian, they're going to be able to reuse your ECM out to your truck and just reflash it.
To be really honest, Vince, I know I haven't heard other than I've gotten 2 texts and 1 phone call from the guy, and it's been very vague. And I'm like I said, I'm just trying to hold on, and I have no idea. I just want the truck back. I don't even care anymore, and I just hope I can pay for it. That's
feel
all.
bad, bro.
I don't even know how I don't even know how I want to pay for it.
Like I said, Kenworth has had my truck. I dropped it off last Tuesday because I went to Orlando and it derated coming back. And I dropped it off with them Thursday.
Yeah. Like I said, I as a guy that has worked in the field, and I don't want to be that guy. It doesn't do me any good calling him every 10 minutes. I don't want to bug him. But like I said, I had another distributor. This was a couple months. I mean, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I guess. He had a similar problem. It wasn't the same. It was similar. And by the time they got done with him, it was, $12,000.
Whoa.
And he paid it. And
Burn the truck.
huh?
And burn the truck.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just I don't mean to be wound up about it, but I don't know how I want to pay for it.
You deserve to be wound up about it. This is something that, I mean, listen, if there's ever a reason, this is one right now.
Yeah.
So I just hope either, as I was told, either when I go to go get it, it's either I want to be shocked on how cheap it is,
Or
or
how
I'm just
expensive
going
it
to be dumbfounded on how expensive it is.
Right.
And hopefully,
Hopefully it's the former, latter.
huh?
Hopefully it's the former, not the latter.
Yeah, well,
Right.
hopefully, I don't know. I'm a little rough around the edges. I'm not as sexy. I don't have the curvy ass anymore, and I don't even think somebody wants one of my kidneys. I've been a little rough on them lately, so I just, like I said, it's really, Vince. I don't even know how you can be. I can barely sit here without bouncing around, and I don't know how you can sit there and because I know, like I said, we had another guy. He had the same problem with his freight shaker. It was the DEF heater element or whatever, and it was literally like 4 months that he was without a truck.
Wow.
Well, that's part of that. If you go, like I shared the thing with Ray, it's a EPA issued where they're pretty much stepping in to the point with all of these manufacturers.
Into his
We'll play the video.
Oh no, go ahead. I'll pause it. Go ahead, finish.
No, the EPA under Lee Zeldin has stepped in and told these manufacturers, listen, like Brian just said, these guys have got trucks that are sitting there for months on end waiting for parts. When the manufacturer who has priority rights over the ECMs and stuff, they can go in there and make it run and go, okay, stop all this derate, stop all this shutting it off crap, make the truck run until they get the parts in to fix the problem, because it's not Brian's fault. It's not my fault that the DEF pump in my truck took a left chat, but
Right.
So they're coming in saying, you need to get in there and you need to make these trucks run. You need to make them so that they'll operate. And when the parts come in to fix this crap, bring them in, fix it stuff, and then redo it. But they're saying this is crazy that you've got, buddy of mine with a Freightliner as well had one. Same thing, DEF system, something went wrong with it, and he ended up doing a little different, but it sat there for a couple of weeks until he went, all right, I got to do something. And like I said, they've had mine for a week. And finally today, because I've been, like Brian said, I'm giving them room, but I'm going, dude, it's been a week and I hadn't heard anything. What's going on? My business has stopped. I need to know something. So,
Yeah, I'm still having problems with my bus. I got to take it to the international dealer here and see if I can get my money back because they misdiagnosed. I took the injector that they said was bad back to the company that made it, and they checked it and said it was fine. So
again, this is where I get with the regulations and rules and guidelines and protection and safety. I understand all that, but when you take the trucking industry, it's something that carries and keeps our country moving forward, and just kill us.
Yeah.
Diesel is the lowest form of petroleum. That's a byproduct of gas, but it's got to be $2 more than gas.
Yep.
It's all the added charges they put on there.
Oh, I understand. I mean, I do understand that too, Papa Squirrel. That you got to pay.
California hates diesels.
Oh yeah, well they all do. They all hate them, and
not like California.
They said, well, Maryland's not too far behind. Trust me. And they say that our big trucks kill. We have to pay more in road tax because we're killing the roads or whatever. I understand some of that to the point, but when you physically take a company and kill them They're going. I mean, this I could go out of business because of this.
Yeah.
And even if I even said, okay, fine, I'm gonna go buy a new truck, I don't want to get in debt for a $180,000 truck.
Right. Because you got to make that payment.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Oh,
it's
look at
just
here.
mind-boggling.
What do you think of that bad boy?
That's a
Big
7.
banana.
Add the yellow.
But
You know,
that
I think
yellow looks good on there.
this Chevelle is one of the only ones that can really take this color and make it look good. It's really looking good. What do you think?
Corvettes that don't do
GTO?
bad with that color.
67.
My man Ray's going to appreciate this one.
That's a 67 goat. Yeah.
Got the
Can
rally
you hear
ones
me on the
it.
video?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Isn't that rally ones, Ray? I mean, or,
That's the, yeah, they are.
No tri-power under there? You guys said.
So,
67
these are
didn't come with
customers they
tri-power.
bring their cars in and have them worked on.
That's a nice big
Um,
shop.
This is one
This
part
one
of the
here
shop.
is pretty nice.
but
I got a
Firebird.
garage I'm looking for. Nice.
That, a Mustang, and a Firebird.
So here's it going on. This is the detail section.
Big shop.
That's the Mustang that started up.
Ooh, listen to the beast. Sounds pretty good,
Oh,
right?
nice. Look at that.
Fairlane.
So look at this Ford
Falcon.
Fairlane.
The Fairlane?
Got a roll cage in, it's convertible. Look at how nice the paint is. They do a great job here.
I forget what motor it had in it. It's a pretty big motor though.
Yeah, I forget what motor he said was in this, but it's a monster.
Can you squeeze the big block in those guys?
You got to take shock towers out.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Actually, they took it out this morning and it was sounding pretty good. All right, let's go over to the paint section. See
So
what's going on
that's
over
just that part was just where they work on cars. That's not like the fabricating part.
here. All right, let's take a look at the motor. Okay, she's sounding pretty
Alrighty.
good.
That's you, Brian.
Yeah.
And they got the Eagles playing.
All
they
right,
got
let's
some
take a
like
look at the
soul
paint section real quick.
listening
Best
rock.
of my love.
Yeah.
Tell me what you
Yeah.
think in the comments. If you're liking what I'm showing you, we'll keep doing this kind of stuff as we
This is the
travel.
paint area.
I want you to really look at this paint. So it's like a gray, bluish, but when you
Got pony
see it
wheels
in
on it.
different light, it changes. Like it has some purple in it. At one point, we're seeing some orange. Look at that.
And that's the kit car that they bought from, I think he
Pretty
said
sweet.
Korea.
Let me turn this around real quick. So
I don't know.
this car here is one of those from Taiwan, I believe he said.
Taiwan.
Remade this body. So they put it all together and they had a lot of problems with the fit and finish. Nothing fit right. Like the doors didn't fit right, the hood, the fenders,
That's
everything.
not a
They had to
Dynacore
do
body, is it?
400 hours
No.
of messing with it.
There's couple.
And-
There's couple cheapies.
And
There's
Harry
some
was
real
saying
cheap
that
companies.
you might be,
I've
you'd
heard the
probably be better
Dynacore
off
stuff is
buying
pretty
a
good.
car
Yeah.
that's rusty
Well, no, he
and
said they got it from
decent shape
Taiwan.
and redoing that because they got so many hours in just fixing, making it fit. So keep that in mind if you're going to buy one of these cars from Taiwan or Japan or wherever.
100%
But it looks pretty
Chinese.
good once they got it done. They got it all painted. There's other parts over here.
What's the body shop rate?
150
So I
an
can't
hour.
see.
And he's
I
got
don't know
what
if you can see the
300 hours in
difference
it.
with this. Let me try to zoom in.
I think he said 400.
I don't know if you can see the different colors as you move.
It's cool. I mean, it's a cool color.
Yeah.
But beautiful paint. Look at that. Now yesterday he just painted all this stuff yesterday, or cleared it. He was clearing it when we were here.
That's a Chevelle. or an A body.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's like a 69.
Look at this.
Ellis!
That's a beautiful thing.
They had a
Look at
firewall
suspension.
feature.
QA1. Yeah, he's putting it together. So if you like this content that I'm putting together right now, stopping at different shops, I'm gonna try to. That's a wrap.
Cool.
You even
Those are
freeze on
beautiful
film.
cars.
If I can turn it back on to. Wait a minute.
The only thing I hate about you stopping at different shops and showing that is I get so jealous. All those nice cars that I can't play with.
Wait, I didn't show you. I didn't show you the front section. Hold on, let me pull that up. Give me a sec.
Did you get your AC fixed, Coach?
Yeah, it was. We got it fixed Saturday. Saturday evening, they were here a little after 7 in the morning, and they got finished at about 5:30 in the evening.
Wow, what was the problem?
I don't know what happened with the
Alright.
original AC. They said they think it had a leak, but we come to find out that AC unit was originally put in 2001, and the old R122, it would have cost thousands to refill it, and that's without trying to pinpoint wherever there was a pinhole or something.
Yeah.
And so we ended up buying a whole brand new system. And yeah, the whole day was they brought a crane in, took the old unit out, put the new unit out there for them to work on the new condenser and stuff. And then they had one guy working on that outside while the other guy was inside rebuilding the taking apart the old HVAC cabinet on the inside and putting a new one. But yeah, it blows really cool. It runs smooth. Now it's got a brand new, so with the whole setup we got, they put a brand new digital smart thermostat in, and right after they left, it was set to 72, but then it reset itself as it got cooler in the house and stopped at 78. And then we were trying to figure it out, and I was reading the manual, but I was getting frustrated with it. So I had my wife look at it and I said, "Can you figure this out and read it?" I'm dyslexic, so sometimes when I'm reading stuff, I can read and my comprehension's high, but the problem is I got to read it like 10 times over, because it looks like a jumble of stuff, of words or whatever. And after about 5 times of reading a paragraph, say in a book, it all comes together and it makes sense, but it takes several times to do that. So I had her read it because she doesn't have that issue, and so we messed with it and we got it set, and it's been blowing nice and cold. It was perfect timing too, because I guess on Sunday it was 105.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a big boy.
That's good.
So look at the lights under the hood. See, this is the kind of stuff he makes.
That's cool.
Shines down
Yeah,
the
so
hood,
he does a
shut your
lot
car
of
off.
stuff like that.
Yeah, I want to do something like that on my car. I just don't know what light.
I like that interior too.
And look at the lights on the dash.
Oh, the headlight.
Yeah.
Now he could turn that. He could turn the lights down
So
so
it
it's
creates
just like
all
a
the
real
lighting.
faint light. Yeah,
Pretty sweet, right?
change colors.
Yeah, that's
No,
beautiful.
no, you're good. You're good.
Lodge Chevelle.
I believe this is a custom
Yeah,
car.
that's his
70.
thing.
Oh, there you
This
go,
is his
Brian.
custom car.
Yeah, that's
This is several
beautiful.
years ago,
There
he
you
said.
go.
So he bought that a
Sweet
couple years
feathers.
ago. He said that's his personal car.
All original.
Who does have taste? Cool.
68.
68, baby. What do you think? Now,
Man,
this Chevelle over here.
That car right there has a diesel.
Oh, geez. It looks like it should have a diesel. Smart,
Yeah.
smart.
So this
He
car
said-
here
he
has
said it just takes it to beat it.
Cummins diesel in it, 5.9.
A 70 Chevelle
And this
SS.
is a car,
Duramax.
or Duramax, I'm sorry. There you go.
Oh man, one of the most desirable Chevelles.
'69,
These are the cars he's building. These are
'67.
customer cars here.
I like that Camaro.
Yeah.
What do you think? So in the comments, tell me what you think, and tell me if you watched any of his videos, because he's
Another
on
70,
YouTube as well.
57.
Go check out his
57,
channel,
baby.
Studio Hot Rods. 57.
That 57 is his personal car.
I think this is his personal car as well. See what he's doing. Roadster.
That's nice.
Ooh,
32. I'd love to have that, but I think my head would be sticking out too far.
yeah.
This is his personal Chevelle.
69.
So you like Chevelles?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Now, is that a big boy or what?
Man.
I think that one will talk to you on the road.
So in here you can see he has the stereo cup holders that they do. Nice Corvette up there.
Another 70.
Is this the same guy that does the consoles that he sent one to Terry?
Yeah. Yep.
Man, yeah. Those consoles are nice.
Back here is his shop where they
What's-
do a lot of customer work back there. But up
What's the
here
name of his
doing
shop,
fabricating,
Studio Hot
wiring,
Rod.
stereos.
Check him
Might
out
have
on
to reach out to him with the console in my car.
I'm curious what he gets for those consoles.
GT40.
That's
GT.
beautiful.
Ford
It might
GT.
say on his
What
website.
color too. So he has all the big boy equipment.
That's where all the magic happens.
Like the
Yeah.
63 Impala rear.
Impala.
I need one of those. What do you think?
I want the whole car.
The man's doing it.
Yeah, right.
Okay, let me show you over here. Here is his 3D printing section. So this is where they 3D print. He's actually printing some stuff right now. And so, like he makes, so that replaces this lid, right? So you get your cup holders. See, this is the raw coming out of the machine, and then that's after they massage it. So they're actually printing.
Finish, yeah.
So they're printing parts right now. Let's see what they're printing. 3D printers are great. This is inspiring me to do more.
That's insane. That's
The
awesome.
electronic stuff over there.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's cool.
Call my man, Harry.
Yep. And that's it.
Too many things I'd like. 3D printer.
Laser. He had a big laser table too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big
I'd
one,
like
probably 4x8 laser table.
Wonder if he's
Yeah.
got the ability to scan stuff and then convert it into a 3D.
Yep.
Like a 3D print it, and then once it's right in a printer, take that where you could actually machine it, put it in like a 3-axis CNC, and then do it in
Yep.
the metal or aluminum or.
Yeah, he had it there. He had a scanner. Then that just before I went in the 3D printing room, those machines there were the CNCs.
Yeah.
because there's certain pieces and parts on some of these old Mercs that they're unobtainium. You cannot find them. You cannot get them. And if you've got one that's a decent piece, if you could scan it, 3D print it, make sure that it's right. And then once you have all the details right, then you take the file and then it's, then you have it, let the CNC do the work.
Yeah.
Because like I
Or
said,
you
I've
3D
had guys
print
off.
You can 3D print it with metal. You can do that now too.
What's
He had some there.
what's the I've seen some durability questions on the 3D printing it with metal versus, I don't know enough about the subject because that was one thought was to have it done in metal, but
Yeah, it wouldn't be as strong. It
Well,
wouldn't be
what's
as strong 3D printing it, but it's getting better. Like 3 years ago, it was garbage. Now you can use it. So in the next 3 or 4
probably-
years, it will be good.
I probably wouldn't 3D print suspension parts, but
No.
some interior part.
Yeah.
No,
It's not gonna
this
get
is like
pressure on it,
exterior
but-
trim pieces and parts.
Yeah, trim.
Oh, so yeah, but then so aluminum trim parts or maybe stainless.
Well, like I said, a lot of the stuff on these cars was originally done in pot metal, which
Oh.
pot metal was just that. The crap that they had lay over, they just threw it. They threw it in the thing and melted it and then cast it. That's why they called it pot metal.
Right.
It might be tin, it might be stainless, it might just be steel. It's whatever they had, aluminum. They just threw it in there and smelted it all together and poured it.
Yeah, so
So-
you could probably do that stuff out of aluminum.
I just 3D printed this, and it's carbon fiber.
Nice.
Cool.
What? So does it cut stuff? Can you like piece of paper will cut through it?
No, it's for
Oh.
sticking, not
Not
cutting.
sharp enough. Oh. I just wonder how sharp it is. That's all.
Hey, it's sharp enough to stick somebody when you want to back them up.
There you go, Lewis.
I'm gonna have to
Oh,
look
yeah.
for that STL file. I can go print one. I don't have carbon though. We'll be out of plastic.
This is what I have. It works too. It's a pen.
Yeah, but see what's nice about this is you can keep it in your pocket, carried into
Yeah, it won't go-
where
Yep.
metal
It
detector,
won't go off. It
Yeah.
won't go off.
carbon fiber.
I had a carbon fiber knife that I used to take with me when I flew on airplanes years ago. And then I decided it wasn't worth it because I didn't want to get patted down and have them
Yeah.
find it. Especially since I was active duty at the time.
Oh
That
yeah.
would have not gone over well.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how many of those little Swiss Army knives my dad had taken away. He would have in his pocket. He'd walk through and through the metal detector, and like, you can't take this on. He goes, "It's a small little knife. Like, you can't take it." And they would put it in the pile. And it's like, Dad, why do you keep doing this? It's like the fourth time. You just keep bringing along. You can't bring him in here on the plane. The other one went in to go see a hockey game, and he had it. And I'm like, what are you? Come on.
Yeah. I lost a
to
couple
work every
going
night.
to in Vegas. I lost a couple going to nightclubs. I forgot to take it off, and you can't go in there with it. So I tried to hide it outside, and they always come up and this is.
Yeah.
Put in the bushes somewhere.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, my wife did the same thing. Tried to hide it in the bush.
Oh man. Yep.
Well, my wife's got a nice ballpoint pen, all metal ballpoint pen that is legal to take on airplanes.
Yeah.
And like she says, if they don't think that's not a weapon, they've never used it.
All you need is a pencil. Just look at John Wick.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they had to put a hurting on you.
They wouldn't let her bring in. What was it they wouldn't let her bring? It was something ridiculous. And she said, but this pen is legal? Oh, yeah, it's legal. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, we used to sell a tactical pen, and that's the same thing. It was stainless. It was steel, whatever. I can't remember what type of metal, but it had the ball bearing came down to a point, and it
Mhm.
was. I tell you one thing.
It
I know
will
it would
hurt you.
stick in you.
I carried one when I was driving the bus. I had it hooked right here in my collar. So if I ever had to get somebody off me, man, them things, whew, you hit some soft tissue with one of those, boy, you're gonna know it.
It's not a weapon. It's a tool. It's got
That's
a
right.
pin in it. You can write.
Writing
with
instrument.
it.
Yeah.
Yep. Matter of fact, I gotta find out where I put it because I'm gonna start carrying it.
Well, she has hers in her back pocket all the time because she likes to carry a pin in her back pocket. She used to break them every time she sat down.
Yeah.
She saw the ad for this, as self-defense. And she got it and liked it.
That'll stick right into the car seat. It won't break.
Yeah, I have a little L-shaped piece in my Impala passenger seat because my buddy got in my car with a pen in his back pocket.
Yep.
Yeah.
Screwdriver will do the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't let you bring a screwdriver onto an airplane because, oh my God, that's a weapon.
That's a weapon. Yep.
No, it's a tool, you idiots. So I'm glad I don't fly much anymore, damn it.
Yeah.
I gotta download off my camera the videos from Greg's hot rod shop. You guys enjoy that one too. Really nice shop.
My wife wants to go to SEMA this year so she can look at the new tools
Yeah.
because she loves that. That's a nice thing about being married to her. I don't have to worry about entertaining her. Take her to a gun shop or tool shop or
There you go.
something like that. She's perfectly happy. She doesn't want to go to a ballet or a play because that's boring.
All right. At Chevelle, when we woke up the next morning, we went into Greg's shop. They were pulling out a Chevelle. You'll like this one.
I liked all those cars you were showing us.
For some reason, Sam's having problems sharing that page. Hold on. Try it again.
Where's Terry been lately? He hadn't been on here.
He jumped on last week for a few minutes.
Must have been the time that I left.
Yeah, he's been down, as not feeling good for a minute too. So he's getting back to normal.
He's not getting a relapse of the COVID virus again, is he?
Of the what?
The COVID. Just got another variety running around.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
I know I fell asleep a couple of times in the back.
Oh, backstage.
Yeah, backstage.
No, we had you on one time and you were asleep on the screen. I was like, he's not moving. Let me take him off.
Well, that's like I said, because I was backstage and my ex had called my ex had called me right when the show started, so that's why I didn't turn the light and everything on. So she was wanting me to do some stuff. Okay, that's fine. So then the show ripped off there, and I was backstage still, and I was like, all right, you get to me or whatever.
Yeah, it's not letting me bring it up. So I'll try to have something for you next week. But Greg's shop was really nice.
So this week I'm going to be doing hopefully cattle converters. So I'll be calling Ray, complaining about cattle converters on a van.
What fun!
Yeah.
I should be having Kenny Wessel on. He's
okay.
Trying to come on this week, but call and talk to him because he's a great source. That's Wrenching with Kenny on YouTube. Does a lot of great repair videos out of the shop and out of his house. And now he does a lot of them. He talks a lot of them as he's driving to or from. He's about an hour from work. But he's supposed to come on this week.
After you had said that, Ray, one of his videos popped up in my feed, so I'm like, the phone must be listening to
That's weird.
to Mr. Ray.
Yeah. Yeah, Kenny's a good guy. Knows his stuff. And he hates Mac tools. He's not shy to talk about it.
I don't know about that. I was always partial to my Mac tools after I run my Snap-on dealer out.
You know, I don't have many. The ones I have, I actually do like. But the issue with the Mac is the guys just don't, man, ain't coming. They don't come around and service their customers.
I'm that way now, Ray. I've got a small drawer full of broken Mac tools right now that I was having trouble trying to find somebody to service the tools.
Well, I'll tell you this. I did on Brian's request. I had a ratchet wrench that was not reversing, and I got in touch with Mac on their website. You can write them or call them, and they got back to me, and they said that the wrenches are discontinued, but they are lifetime warranted. I'm like, okay. So a couple of weeks went by, and they actually sent me a replacement. I can. It's kind of ironic because I'll show you what they did. Let me just switch over here.
You send me the videos from Greg's speech.
All right, so let me do this, and where are we here? Where's the? Well, that's not right.
Well, hey guys, I'm gonna jump off in my bedtime.
All right, Lewis.
All right, Lewis.
You know, take
Well,
some-
end the live.
See you later.
Hey, Lewis.
Yes.
Quick question. You
It
sent me
wasn't
that. You sent me that video on Messenger about a day or so ago. The Cleveland or the Youngstown.
Oh yeah.
Did you get my response?
No, I have to go back and look.
Yeah, when you get a chance, look, because it's about one of the ones named had a ranch down here.
Oh really?
Yeah, and then Mr. Bonanno from New York, he had left when he had to get out of New York permanently. He was down here, and there's a whole thing. I'll talk about it off air, but there was a whole thing. I sent you an article.
Okay, I'll check it out.
All right,
Oh, wait, what happened? I put Brian up. Hold on.
wrenching with Brian.
Screen.
All right. Yeah, I'll check it out. I sent him to Ray too. There's a lot of history here, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, without a doubt. I was surprised. Yeah, definitely surprised.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'll see you next week. I'll try to have a guest. I'm working on a couple of people I'm trying to get on. So.
All right, Lewis. I'm going to see if Kenny wants to come on too. I'll see if I can pitch him as well.
Okay,
You
sounds
know, take
good.
Lewis.
All right.
All right.
Night, Lewis.
Everybody have a safe
Take
night.
care. Be safe.
You know, I'm gonna end the stream too. Okay, everybody, we do this every Thursday night, 9:00 Eastern time. So tell everybody that we do this and we talk about everything, as you can see. So we'll be back next week, Thursday at 9:00 Eastern.